Have you ever imagined what it would be like to live in a house that is not only a place to rest, but also a symbol of absolute protection amid the glare of a world that never sleeps? When the glare of cameras, crowds of fans, and digital threats become part of the daily routine, what does a world star need to be able to simply take a deep breath of calm? This is not about ordinary luxury. It's about a security system that is so sophisticated, as if blending science fiction movies and real technology in order to guard someone who is so valuable not only to Korea, but also to the world. Jungkook of BTS. Imagine a house that can read a person's footsteps and distinguish whether it is the owner of the house or a stranger. Houses that can close their blinds automatically when detecting drones from the air. A security system that involves not only cameras, but also thermal sensors, voice recognition, facial scanners, and even electromagnetic wave trackers to identify hidden eavesdropping devices. The question is, why does Jungkook need all this? The question aroused the curiosity of many people, not only the army, but also property security experts and celebrity observers. It's no secret that after the heyday of BTS on the global stage, the personal lives of its members have become very vulnerable. Jungkook, the golden magne who is loved for his extraordinary talent and warm personality, chose Itaewon as the location of his new residence. But this house is not just a place to live. It is a digital fortress, a total protection against a world that can become too open and full of risks. What makes this house so special, and how is it built into a shield for the megastar's personal life? Let's drill deeper. Many people think that the security of celebrities' homes involves only CCTV cameras and high fences. But the Jungkook House takes the definition of safeguards to an entirely different level. According to exclusive reports from several South Korean property media and leaks from architects involved in the project, this home security system blends military technology, the latest smart home systems, and a nearly impenetrable layer of privacy. From the outside, his smile seemed unshakable. In every interview, every stage, and even in short videos on social media, Jungkook's smile always feels sincere, warm, and empowering to anyone who sees it. But who knew that behind the smile was hidden an invisible struggle? Who knew that the young man was now living behind a window that was not only bulletproof, but also pain-proof? Is the sophisticated mansion in Itaewon a haven? Or is it the last refuge from an overly open world? In a limited interview before his military service, Jungkook said, "Security is not just about the physical. I just want to have a place that makes me feel like I'm not being seen all the time." And that's where we understand that Jungkook's new home wasn't born out of a desire to show off or distance himself from the public. It was born out of an urgent need for mental peace that can no longer be sought out there. This house in Itaewon, built with a 3-level structure and 2 underground floors, is the result of years of hard work, both financially and emotionally. Designed by a master architect who once handled the residences of foreign diplomats, the house was customized to the extreme according to Jungkook's personal needs. From the outside, only natural stone walls are visible that do not show large windows like ordinary luxury houses. But who would have thought? The windows of this house are made of high-tech glass that can only be seen from the inside, and from the outside, it looks like an ordinary wall. This technology is referred to as the reverse view glass matrix, a breakthrough that is even used in anti-mine vehicles and military observation rooms. But Jungkook didn't wear it to war. He wears it so he can sit in his living room playing his guitar, staring up at the trees or the night sky, without worrying about being watched. Is that too much? Maybe for ordinary people. But for a person whose life for more than a decade has become public property, this is perhaps the only form of protection that remains. Fans may never have imagined that his idol has a mental wound that is not always visible. When this house was built, many media thought this was just one example of Korean celebrities increasingly immersed in an elite lifestyle. But what the public doesn't know is that Jungkook experienced severe insomnia during BTS's last world tour. On several occasions, it was even reported that he felt uncomfortable staying in star-rated hotels or public places because there was a sense of being constantly watched. Mental health consultants from HYV Entertainment recommend the approach of safe space therapy And it was from here that the idea of building a house not just as a place to live, but as a place of inner recovery arose. That is why the house is equipped with an motion temperature control panel, an AI technology that regulates lighting, air temperature, and background sounds based on the mood of the owner of the house. If Jungkook comes home tired or stressed, the light will automatically switch to warm amber mode. The room will emit a relaxing scent from a hidden diffuser, and the background sound will adjust to the owner's heartbeat. Yet no system can truly be called perfect until it is tested. In the Jungkook House, the house described as the bunker of the future is finally being tested not by technology, not by disaster, but by something much more human, obsession. On a quiet night in early spring, a motion detection security camera captures a strange figure standing not far from the main gate of Jungkook's house in 81. He was not an intruder in the usual criminal sense. He is not a thief, not a paparazzi, nor a stray motorist. The surprise was, the figure was a young woman who stood still for more than 10 minutes in front of a digital cipher panel. His face was recorded without a cover. He looked nervous, but also determined. And in his hand, he grasped something that gave everyone who saw the footage goosebumps, an open phone with a page showing a photo of Jungkook. The question is, why was he there? But Jungkook's home security system is no ordinary system. The panel was equipped with body temperature recognition, heart rate, and finger pressure sensors. That is, even if a person knows the correct combination of numbers, without biometrics from Jungkook, the door will still never open. The system is also designed not to emit loud alarm sounds, in order to avoid stress or panic. But in silence, the cameras record every movement, and the data is sent directly to the HYB monitoring center and a private security unit standing guard not far from the site. Within 38 seconds of the suspicious activity being detected, 2 plainclothes officers approached silently. The woman did not try to escape. He just stood, looked down, and then cried. A pent-up, long, almost silent cry. The events of that night not only prove the effectiveness of Jungkook's home security system, but also reflect the thin line between love and obsession. The woman didn't mean any harm. He did not carry a weapon, did not force his way in, and did not attack anyone. But it crosses a very important line, the line between the private and the public. In an indirect interview, one member of the security team stated, "This is why this home system is not just about physical security. It's about creating a safe space that can truly provide psychological peace for someone whose life has never been separated from the attention of the world." Meanwhile, the woman who was caught in front of the gate was not subject to heavy lawsuits. He was only given a stern warning, accompanied by a psychologist, and returned to his family. But the incident became a great lesson for many, that love cannot be used as an excuse to violate privacy. That behind the big name of an idol, there is a fragile life, there is a need for personal space, and there are boundaries that should not be stepped over. Since that incident, Jungkook's home security system was even further upgraded. According to information obtained from a technician who worked with the house's building team, the house is now also using an AI-based emotion detector from a Korean startup that works with the president's security team. This system can read facial expressions, voice intonation, and body language to assess whether someone around the house is in a dangerous emotional state. The main gate now has not only a password panel, but also a voice recognition system with double verification. Even the sound of recorded footsteps can be used to distinguish who is walking outside the home, because the system has been trained to use motion data from residents and authorized personnel. And inside that house, Jungkook continues to create. He writes, sings, meditates. He still animates a small studio on the second floor where he creates songs that inspire the world. But the most touching was her statement to one of her confidants. "I just want to have a place where I don't have to feel like I'm on stage. This house is my empty stage, and it gives me peace."